On the eve of the World Cup opener for the U.S. men's national team, don't expect some big rah-rah speech from head coach Mauricio Pochettino. And today, I spoke with him about this mentality.
I told them they can expect my motivational speech because I think we were in our build-up in the last few weeks. I think we were talking about to be inspired, to increase our levels, motivation and everything. I think I am a little bit the opposite. I think the motivation is now. Tomorrow is about is now. Tomorrow is about to enjoy the game and feel fresh.
Well, even though there will be no big motivational speech tonight from Mauricio Pochettino, I do know that he gathered the entire team and every member of the staff together on Monday night at the team hotel at a fire pit to share words of encouragement and thanks for everyone helping them get to this point. The players signed jerseys for everyone on staff, and Captain Tim Ream told me that it was at this gathering his advice to everyone was to remember why we all fell in love with this game as kids and make sure we have no regrets. As for Mauricio Pochettino's starting lineup, he told us this afternoon he knows who will start, but the players have yet to be informed.
Jenny, thank you. Pochettino took over September of 24. Tomorrow will be his 27th game in charge. Here's what he's done in the previous 26. Among those 14 victories, a 2-1 win over Paraguay just last November. Gio Reyna, Flo Balogun, the goal scorers that day. Jump on the bandwagon, sponsored by Lay's. Former University of Michigan head football coach, current L.A. Charger head coach Jim Harbaugh is jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh, getting some scouting tips from him? Back to the Michigan days?
Connor Stallion, shout out. Go ahead, give me your OH.
I.O.
Yeah, you married a Buckeye, so yeah, you know what you're getting into. Urban Meyer somewhere in Sarasota right now grimacing and talking about this. Optimism, though, around this U.S. men's national team program really elevated after a pair of recent tune-ups against World Cup sides. So they had the win over Senegal in Charlotte. A one-goal loss versus four-time champs Germany, nothing to sneeze at. A lot of positives to take away from that. The major questions, though, for the starting 11, which Pochettino knows but hasn't released yet, involve the weakest spot on this team, and that's the defense.
Look, for the first time since 1990, we're going into a World Cup without knowing who our starting goalkeeper is going to be. I think it's going to be Matt Freese.
It's going to be a Matt.
And whenever you make that decision, you're not going to rotate goalkeepers throughout a tournament. That just doesn't happen. So let's head out to LA Stadium, where, by the way, we'd be in about the 15th minute of the game tomorrow night, which is crazy to think about. We're less than 24 hours away from this huge matchup for the U.S., their first home World Cup match in 32 years. I think it's going to be Matt Freese in goal, and this would be the back four I would roll out. I think Alex Freeman has been fantastic since getting into the team. Chris Richards, healthy back. That is a huge bonus for the U.S. because I think he and Ream are a good partnership together. Anthony Robinson. And look, one of the questions I think is going to be about who's in the middle next to Tyler Adams. Is it going to be Weston? Is it going to be Berhalter? I've got Malik Tillman. I like what I saw from him in there against Germany. And I think with Adams holding a little bit, you can get Tillman further up the field, especially against a deep-lying Paraguayan team. McKennie is a 10 floating. I'd like to see him moving, facing the goal, late runs into the box, and then Flo Balogun as the point man. But really, I think the playmaking will really come from Christian Pulisic and Serginho Dest on the right.
I agree with Stu with this lineup. But first of all, easy on the coffee, man. You came in a little bit too much for me right there.
Celsius
this is no coffee.
Yeah, well, dang. I wouldn't want to see you on it then. For me, I like Weston being a little bit deeper. I think he does a better job when he's facing the field instead of having his back to goal. I think Tillman does a better job having his back to goal and working in those tight spaces. I talked a little bit about the chemistry between Christian and the striker up top. I do think this is the best lineup again with Balogun. I think he's the more complete striker, but they're two different types of strikers. Balogun likes to stay a little bit higher, and when he does that, I think Christian needs to do a better job with his link-up play of maybe giving it to get it back or trying to get him more touches so he can kind of get in a rhythm. The difference you have in Pepe is he drops a little bit more like what you saw in the Senegal game, and it allows Christian to then stretch the field. So there's some questions in terms of what's going to be the best striker to play versus Paraguay, because at times they're going to be more in a lower block and in tighter spaces. But I do agree with you with that lineup, but those are some things we need to watch out for.
I do like the lineup, too. Maybe a Berhalter in there. But, no, I think regardless of the lineup, I think, going into your first World Cup game on home soil, I go back to some of my experiences that I had, and 2015 World Cup was huge for us. It wasn't home soil, but it felt like home soil playing in Canada. And I think you have to strike the right balance of being locked in, but not too locked in, and I think the pressure can get to you. And so I think the biggest thing for these guys going in, regardless of who's on the field, who's coming off the bench, is you have to kind of strike that really finesse balance of being locked in and focused, but not thinking about anything other than this game, one game at a time, not thinking about expectations, the legacies that you can leave, and the opportunities. They got to be locked in. How hard is that, though? It is hard. Yeah. You want that end goal, and you want to keep going, but.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to add also about Weston McKennie is that when you play him too far ahead, you take away his ability to time his runs box to box and to get into those areas to create problems. So that's another reason why I like to see him playing a little bit deeper.
He wasn't much of a factor versus Germany. He's going to need to be a major factor tomorrow night in LA. Ahead of this World Cup, DC Comics and U.S. Soccer collaborated on a special comic titled Justice League, Heroes of the Pitch. So the 20-page issue features Superman coaching a squad of Justice League members and real-life U.S. players versus an alien warlord. And the coverage for that game provided by us.
Well, some of our colleagues allegedly,
What do you mean
superheroes. That's superhero Rob Stone. You've been hitting the bench press there, buddy.
Oh, man, curls
From
for the
what
girls.
I see in here, this is...
Zoom in on the biceps.
This is a lot of whey protein and a lot of creatine.
Hey, some people didn't even make it in the day. Look, what's going on?
I don't know if you can see Rob here.
Hey, John went to a tanning bed right before it.
John Strong
Turks and Caicos
is not, just back from a week-long cruise in the Caribbean.
A week? How about 2 months?
It's a pretty good read, and by the way, it's really cool, and we appreciate DC Comics and everybody doing
that.
that.
That is cool. That's really cool.
Awesome. 103 matches to go, and one more to go this evening here on the opening day for Group A. South Korea, Czechia coming up.
Experienced goalkeeper at the age of 34.
Inside our studio home here at Fox Sports as we continue our coverage of the 23rd all-time FIFA Men's World Cup. Pretty good little home we got here.
That was kind of cool. The lights came on. And Clint was waiting for it. He just started
my big old bug eyes, so. A lot going on.
And we're off and running. Rob Stone, U.S. World Cup. That's Carly Lloyd, Clint Dempsey, and Steve Holden.
Pitch the ball back and score, but when you're dominating the ball, it's about making chances, scoring goals, and Mexico have got the opener.
Out in the group stage.
Well, could it be kept
really highly improbable that will happen this year, particularly with the start today. Remember, this is an expanded format, 48 nations. The top two in each
have a bit of a floating role in this side.
The 8 best third-place finishers move on. South Africa already trying to be a third-place finisher right now if things go their way. Our teammate this summer, the Mexican legend, Chicharito, he was live in Mexico City earlier. He said after the game, this was the correct way to start this World Cup with your people. Scoring 2 goals, maintaining the clean sheet. We can all celebrate finally. A lot to celebrate for Mexico today.
There was a lot of celebrating. You see all the beer showers? I think there was tequila, there was beer, there was everything.
A little mezcal.
Look,
2002.
This was a near perfect start for Mexico. The red card aside, this is exactly how
also the group for them when they hosted in 2010. They defeated France by 2 goals to 1.
To start this World Cup.
Well, the Mexican keeper isn't just catching that. It looked pretty straightforward
in the first half. Not really challenged at the back by South Africa, and all the pressure of a home World Cup. What we saw was the opposite. We saw a fan base that was into the game, a team that was rolling. Got the
around here. Maybe they forgot. I appreciated it. Here's Modiba here with a good-looking opportunity. What can South Africa come up with this time? Here's Alvarado. From Alvarado, Gutierrez to play it inside, Fidalgo, and then Quinones, he thought of the shot, Gallardo across the face, Mbokazi, a good looking ball in, and Vidal's header, not that convincing, and here's Jimenez, another great save to deny him his first ever World Cup goal. He's blocked, he's come back out. And later again, Quinones! This time, they're close to 2-0. And he has been the big thorn in Reyners. Mudau is wide, the right back.
You don't think that he's stopping? See, I think
he's offended by.
Even though it goes wide, I know it was
Mexico. A long-range effort from Membo Kazi. Playing 4 minutes of added time at the end of the half. Jimenez with the layoff. Now Gallardo thought about the shot, does, and didn't. Over here, he's got an opportunity if he gets it right. Mira wanted that, and he was in space. If that had been pulled back to him. Oh, and then 66 with the game against Tottenham Hotspur. Quinones has done well again here. He's seen the goalkeeper off his line and tried his last. Campaign tomorrow against Paraguay. They'll give you more details about that a little bit later on. And Gutierrez has broken him down.
In Mexico to get that decision at that point of the game.
Jimenez right into the wall. Back to Gutierrez and then Gallardo.
The country separated by the same language.
Gutierrez again, he's pretty bright, isn't he? Mudau got a good...
Total red cards at the last World Cup. We have 3 in our opening game. Is that a message?
Of late, it should be said, they do look a pretty well-organised outfit, which is handy, always.
And there is Modiba. Here's Jimenez.
Jimenez was able to freshen up a good deal for this World Cup
Because he wasn't in the Fulham team, pushing, shoving ahead of these set pieces. Was flicked on by Reyes, and well defended. Mexico made the right kind of start. Still looking for that second goal here. Quinones with the deep ball. You see what the idea was.
For that, there were stories of people